Something to say. I'm just so sick of hearing everyone complain. I know it's tough and I know there's pain, but hitting bottom is the only way to change. So I'll keep hustling, you keep struggling. Bitch, I'm humbling, keep mumbling. I'll keep doubling, you keep bluffing. You've got nothing, I'll keep hustling. I've seen a lot of people who don't know what work is. I've seen a lot of people who don't know what thirst is. I've had a taste of evil and tried to cure the sickness, but I just keep my head down and focus on the facts. I'm setting down gravel while you just follow the path. I'll lead them into battle while you're just too scared to act. I'll leave the knife right in my back. So I'll keep hustling, you keep struggling. Bitch, I'm humbling, keep mumbling. I'll keep doubling.
So what are you waiting for? Subscribe. I'll see you on the other side. Hey, welcome to Getting Verbal in the Den. Friday. Just sent out a notification, so I'm gonna wait a minute to see if folks get in here, because my phone is dead, so I'm only on one device right now. But got a little verbal penetration for you guys. I'm just waiting until a few people get in here. And it's something else from none other than the verbal penetration by the poets. And what I'm going to be sharing tonight is unprotected poetry. So, I'm going to give it a minute. I'm going to let it just kind of, and I'm also looking for my phone to start back up so I can actually be in the chat. I'm going to see if it stays. Round. All right, so let's work. We're just going to leave that. And we're going to start this, and I appreciate anyone who comes in later, who catches the replay. We're just going to put this out there for you guys. I'm going to turn the music down just a tad before I start it. All right. So this is entitled Unprotected Poetry. I had unprotected poetry last night. It was unexpected, spontaneous. And we did not use anything. We just went at it to keep the mood. It was incredible, but not safe. And now I'm worried because it can be infectious and dangerous to say things without a condom. It could be disastrous to speak without protection. And a guy should not have unprotected poetry. He should take more responsibility than that. Not just leave it up there. Not just leave it up to the girl. What kind of guy would just go off without some sort of protection? What are the consequences? I'm not sure. And now I'm scared. It was irresponsible of me to have unprotected poetry, to not even ask or consult him about poetry control methods he might be using, or go one myself. But what if I am poetically pregnant and want to have my poem? What if he has some kind of poetically transmitted disease? PTD, or what if I do and we have to wait and see what happens? Take a regular poetry test to see if we got it. But wow, we actually did it last night. We have poetry. How many people in this day and age have pure, unprotected poetry? We should be thankful for that. After all, It was good poetry. We both really enjoyed it. We soared like angels with wings, never coming down, just coming poetically, that is. What a high to hit that climax and feel like you will never be mental again, be mortal again. Now that you have had unprotected poetry, who can protect you? Now that you've had unsafe poetry, and what to do, and want to do it again and again and again, because you know it just don't feel the same with a poetic. It blocks off all the feeling and the flow and the words. Stop short with safe, protected poetry. And I personally will never write that way again. And this poem is by Larry Jaffe. Now, just to let you guys know, my girl, Jessica Holter, who put together this collection of poetry, wrote a lot of these poems herself under various names. So that was unprotected poetry. Now, it's been a crazy week here on this platform. There's been a lot of movement going around. And then yesterday, one of the larger Black YouTubers died of a massive heart attack. Right after having sex. Allegedly. But it says post-coital. And that's the medical term for after sex. So, Kevin Samuels, who many people call Godfather of what, I don't know. It's on the other side. And as I said on my other channel, I'm not one to dance on the graves of the dead. Hold on one second, you guys. I'm going to mute myself a second. All right, sorry guys. Even in my late night, I'm still mama. I'm still mama. All right, guys. Kevin Samuels is gone up yonder. I don't know if he was a... One second, God.
Yeah.
All right, guys, you know, that's part of being a autism mom. And I don't know what his problem is. Oh, I know what it is. He missed going on camera on the other broadcast I did earlier. So sad, too bad. That's not the tenor of this program. This is a poetic program. And we are jumping into some unprotected poetry, along with having some adult discussions. Now, if it is true that Kevin Samuels had a heart attack after or during the act of sex, that's gotta be a crazy way to go. It's crazy, you know, because a lot of people thought that man, he looked like he was healthy. But there was a tennis player, black tennis player, can't think of her name, who died of a heart attack in her, I think she was either in her 20s, her late 20s or her early 30s. And she was an athlete. A heart attack could hit anybody. Nobody's safe from that. All you can do is try to do the right things to keep your heart healthy. You know, but it's interesting that that's what was going on when this man died. Fucking wow. You know, I'm not gonna say that he was making love, because I believe he just met this woman. And people are saying that it was a paid meeting. I don't know what the thing is with, you know, men, you know, who get women that they pay. I guess when they pay, you know, they do what you want within reason and stuff, and you don't have to, you know, be bothered with the relationship. But, you know, I thought he, you know, he was preaching relationship. Maybe he didn't really want a relationship. You know, I don't know, maybe he was out there doing stuff, you know, because he had this newfound wealth. But he couldn't take it with him, y'all. He could not take that wealth with him. It's gone. You know, hopefully his daughter, the only child we know he had, gets it, you know, because rumor has it didn't pay child support. You know, but he was telling people, you know, talking about, supposedly about love. I didn't really listen to the guy. Interesting. So I'm gonna give you guys another poem. That's just where I write. And these are not necessarily my own. Next, I'm going to do a haiku. This is tight dress haiku. Her dress is too tight, molding her prominent ass. Wanna hit just ass. That's by DJ Blacktown. Tight dress haiku. Hey, Miss Pamela. Yeah, I was talking a little bit about Mr. Samuels, but I'm just kind of on another tip right now. I'm just kind of giving you guys some interesting. Oh, this one is interesting. This one is by my girl, too. Let's see. Yeah. This is one that's written under a pseudonym. This is called The Perfect Pussy. All of the warm. Let me see if I can let me get my glasses, y'all. No, I can't see this. All right. All of the warning signs were there. No hunting. Many had been in this place before me, facing the beast, teetering between the thirst for her and the thirst to destroy her. Caged her wild freedom with love and obsession. The box forbids transgressions. Douse the fire in her eyes, pluck the pheromones from her flesh, and yes, reprise, baptize her insatiable desires. A crusade for equality, a fast kill to the hunting ground again. There she was, flawless, butterscotch skin, feline stride, 2 green cat eyes, hidden from daylight behind the shade of her breath. I was a lone traveler, cruising the cape of a motherhood, shamelessly raped and reborn of its ancestors' blood and its perpetrators' hunting will. Her awesome presence caught my breath, put a chokehold in my heart. I mean, I've had a bank teller, a choir director, a waitress, a cook, writing me checks, singing me praise, serving my needs, and feeding my greed. I have had 25 kills in as many days, but I could not draw my weapon. Let me get to the point. I have a PhD on my MIC, a lawyer of bountiful connections, a preacher's wife in full confession, a businesswoman turned chambermaid in my bed of deception, a gymnast and 4 double joints. We brought 19 positions of perfection, a kindergarten teacher with more heart than Vanessa Del Rio could not go to the depths of her lessons. I mean, I have had 25 kills in as many days, but I could not draw my weapon. Then they were spread, my shoulders width apart, 2 streams of testosterone silk running endlessly into a pair of black patent leather pumps. Just enough had to be deemed naughty. Just enough not to be deemed naughty. They said she was uppity, ornery, haughty, but they might as well have been speaking French that day. And hence, for all I heard was the throbbing pulse that thumped against the walls of her tightly scented neck. Anais released me. For all of my captures, I could not escape the rapture of the perfect pussy. Tucked neatly between 2 thunderous thighs that promised a mother's love, a whore's loyalty. There was not one rule. There was only one rule. Never hit it twice. And this is by Jeff Steele, which is one of Jessica Holter's pseudonyms. It's interesting, that poets can write from the perspective of either sex. I can write poems from the perspective of a woman, and I can write poems from the perspective of a man. Because you, as a writer, you kind of see into people. Hey, Poetic Kels. Yeah, that was called The Perfect Pussy. It's a long one. That was by my girl Jessica Holter under her alias Just Steele. Yeah, y'all. It's crazy that this guy was out here doing the stuff that he was doing. And he died out there doing the stuff that he was doing that was completely against what he was preaching to people, quote unquote, trying to find love. See, everybody is out here telling you things that they tell you are going to help you find love. They're not about what they're saying. Man, if there was a formula to, finding love, somebody would have been bottled it up and been selling it, okay? But in actuality, love just happens. And for some people, they don't find, someone that they're compatible with, either because they're not looking, they're not interested, or they're not around people that are compatible with them. But I myself had no interest in listening to a twice divorced man telling women how to get a man. First of all, I've never had that problem. Even at the ripe old age of almost 60, I've never had that problem. Quite the opposite, actually. Quite the opposite. Always getting stopped. So they notice the ring on my finger. But even then, there's some guys, they don't even care. But I do. That's disrespectful. If you're in a relationship, there's no point of trying to be in another one. Or even entertaining one. Don't give your number out to people, Don't, and if you're a dude, don't go get numbers. Like, But it's very interesting, this ideology that Kevin Samuels put out there about all these women that are going to die alone and everything. But I don't think so. I really don't. I think that, the women who want to strictly be with black men, I'm not saying that they should necessarily do that. I think that you should find the person who's right for you. Be they black, pink, purple. Because what my preference is doesn't have to be your preference. It just doesn't. Yeah, child, they've been dancing on that man's grave since yesterday. And that's just not how I operate, I mean, I'm not sad, but I'm not happy. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know the man. I only knew him from, being in chat rooms, before he blew up and didn't want to deal with none of us little people down here. But I'm just not into dancing on people's graves. I think that's bad karma, personally. And I think the folk that are out there doing all of that stuff should probably watch that, because, just as the words that he spewed out of his mouth, the things that he said came back in the end, because, he was with a BBL, big beautiful woman, BBW. According to several YouTubers, that she's like a size 13. I have no idea. I know she's bigger, but I don't know what her dress size is. But I know she isn't a size 6. That's what I do know. And I know she didn't have this athletic build that he's claiming is, the like the perfect body. But see, the thing is that, I don't know, maybe this is just me, because see, I am that athletic build, but I've always been into like bigger guys, But the bigger guys that I was into were like basketball players and football players. Those guys are not little dudes, you know? But it's, all about how it's portioned on them, I don't do the, you know, Dunlap disease, if they got, this huge belly that's just always hanging over there, I can't do that. But if everything's, all, nicely put together, yeah. Yeah. But I don't do skinny guys anyway. I'm trying to think. I don't even remember. Like never, ever. Never have I ever. Then with a skinny guy. What are we gonna do? What are two skinny people gonna do? Light a fire? No, but I mean, I was an athlete, so I always attracted athletes, High school, college, and then after college, everybody's a former athlete because, I wasn't out there looking to, even though I live in a city where, you could get access when I was younger to basketball players and football players. And, that wasn't even the type of dude that I was into, because I was a music girl. I was in the studio doing session work and doing all kinds of stuff. Plus, most of them cheat. I can't. I can't be with a man who's going to cheat on me. So yeah, that part. I know people think that, well, most black, every man cheats. No, they don't all cheat. They don't all cheat. Just like all women don't cheat. Some people get in relationships with somebody and they manage to be, monogamous. They don't go be with somebody else. Whether they're married or not married, because this new generation, they don't tend to get married. They just like to shack up. So, I know that's dating me because I said shack up, but it is what it is. That's what they used to call it, shacking up. That's what they used to call it. It's one thing if you're going to live together for a minute before you get married, but just don't make it a long minute, Or if you're not going to get married, then why are you living together? I just, I'm just saying. I'm kind of old school about that stuff, I can say, let's see. Yeah. I didn't marry anybody that lived with me. Now, one of them wanted to marry me, but nope, wasn't it? And then for the most part, if you're not going to marry me, we're not living together. That's kind of the way it is. That means we're getting married, right? Because you live here. When's the wedding? When you get to a certain age, you don't do the boyfriend girlfriend thing, for too long. If you're cohabitating, you're either getting married or you're not. you know, and I'm obviously going to get married because that's how I roll. That was part of the discussion. You understand? It's like you must have these discussions, ladies. You must have those discussions, ladies. You know, put out there what you want, because if you don't, you ain't gonna get it. See what y'all say. It wasn't what he said, it was how he said it. Oh, somebody had a problem with older women? Well, you know. Well, y'all know my guy is younger than me. I mean, he's not that much younger. He's young. And he's younger than Kevin Samuels was by a few years. Because, you know, my dude is over 50 but under 55. And I am over 50 and over 65. So, you know. But it works for us, you know. It works for us. You know, it's different. You know, but I don't even, you know, we don't even, you know, when you get to a certain age, you don't really think so much about age differences and stuff. They don't make as much of a difference. Now, obviously, like, I would say for a woman that's in their 50s, I wouldn't be dating nobody in their 30s. I wouldn't do it in my 50s. That's just me. Because I'm not going to be in my 50s much longer. And in a minute, that person will be half my age. So therefore, you know, it's like, I kind of like 10 years, you know, no more than 10 years younger than me. Because basically, I would never want to be dating somebody who's younger than my younger brother. And I've done it once, like I said. I did it once. Somebody was 14 years younger than me. 14 years younger than me. But it was like for a minute. And I was in my 30s and they were in their 20s. It just worked, you know. I was in my late 30s. And they were not in their late 20s. For 3 years. That's good. Yeah, I know, yeah. Well, I mean, like, you know, during this pandemic, I know there's a lot of people I know that were, you know, planning to get married, and then the pandemic stopped their plans. So I know, like, a lot of people that were going to get married are getting married now, you know, because their relationships survived. And then, you know, people who their relationships died during the last 2 years, unfortunately. Yeah, he's a cutie pie. I have to admit, he's a cutie pie. He's always been a cutie pie. You know, I told y'all, we've known each other for like a long time. Like, I've known him since right after I got out of college. Yeah. He was in college when I met him. And I was out of college. And that was a long time ago, you know. And, you know, we just got back together. It just fine. I was married, he's married, we both have had all the kids we're having. Nobody's trying to have any more children. So yeah. But yeah, he's a cutie pie. He's at work though. He is working late tonight. And he's working late tomorrow. So yeah, so tomorrow I'm gonna have a pamper day though, I think. I've ordered some of my groceries and I've got to go out and do a couple of things in the morning and get my nails done. But oh yeah, and then I'm going to go visit my mom's grave tomorrow too with my sister because it's Mother's Day weekend. But then I am going to draw me a hot bath with bath salt, and I am going to soak for at least an hour in the tub with candles and some lo-fi music, or is it lo-fi music? Lo-fi music, yeah, the lo-fi music, the hip hop. You just let it play on my on one of my I can't say the name because if I say the name, there's one of them in the room, and it'll turn on if I say its name. So I'm not gonna say its name, but y'all know those things that you get from Amazon, like an Echo or an Echo Dot. Yeah. But they have a name. If you say their name, they come on. So I'm not going to say their name. And we're not going to use their name tonight. But I have one more poem for you guys. And I'm actually almost finished with a poem that I'm uploading. I'm uploading a poem. All this stuff with Kevin yesterday kind of threw everybody off track. But I'm back on track. So I have a poem that I'm going to be uploading called Solo Tu. And it's going to be entirely in Espanol. And I am debating as to whether I will closed caption it with the English translation. I am debating, but I think that I will let it. I think I will put the Spanish. I think I will put it in Spanish. So that means I'm gonna probably have to caption it myself if it's captioned, because I think in the studio you have to pick. I don't know if I can change my language. I have to go check. But if it doesn't allow me to close caption it, then we just have to listen to the words. Maybe I'll embed them into the graphics. I'm not sure. I'm figuring it out. But it's called Solo Tu. I just wrote it this week. I just wrote it this week because I wanted to challenge myself to write in the other language that I speak. And I don't speak it as well as I read and write it though. So I'm challenging myself. Yeah. So it's gonna be a challenge for me to just make sure I do all my pronunciation of all my words correctly, because I want to make my papa proud. Because my dad, my family is Cuban, and yeah, None of my dad's kids, none of us speak fluent Spanish. So we speak Spanglish, but I'm working on it. Hey guys, I'm gonna get ready to get this last poem in for you guys before we get out of here. And this one is going to be one of my own. So give me 1 second. Let me grab my book. Y'all hear pages turning. Y'all know my stuff is old school. A lot of this I've transferred it to digital, but you know, when I get on here with y'all, we like to go through the pages. All right. Oh, wait 1 second, you guys. Hey guys, I'm back, sorry. They just came home. Alright, so let's see. I think I'm going to do one of the untitled ones. So I'm just trying to find the one I want to do. I think I'm going to do number 5. I'm just going to find it. Okay, here it is. So this, I told you guys I have some untitled poems that I never gave a title to, and it is what it is. And the title is Untitled. So this is Untitled, number 5. Deep inside is a me you can't see. Beyond the mask, beyond the face, is me, the real me. Though I may smile to the world outside, there are many layers of pain to that smile that I hide. You see strength when I speak. What I see is fragile and weak. I try to overcompensate in areas to be liked, to be loved. Why can't I realize that true love comes from inside and up above? What if I let you see the me behind the me? And you look and frown, deciding to pass. Could I survive? Would I make it through? Could I take the pain of rejection by you? But what if you look and like what you see? And I realize that being me is free. So come inside my world and walk very close. That's me, you see. That's not just a ghost. I think that's look very close. Yeah, and look very close. That's me, you see. not just a ghost. So that is by me, and that is entitled Untitled number 5. And that is going to be in the joy and pain section of my collection of poetry that I'm working on. I've already sectioned out where the poems are going to be. So I'm putting it together, y'all. I'm putting it together. Okay, you guys. So we are at the end of tonight. And I told you guys that until I get a real outro for the Leave It In, that I will just end it at the end versus playing the trailer again at the end. So I gotta get y'all. I have to come up with a fly condensed one for the outro. But you guys, thank you everybody for coming through. Thank you guys for just sitting and chilling and listening to the verbal penetration that I gave you guys from the Punani Poets. I presented several poems for you guys tonight. The first one was called Unprotected Poetry. And then I gave you guys The Perfect Pussy. And then I gave you guys a haiku called The Tight Dress. And last but not least, I gave you guys one of my own entitled Untitled number 5. I'm telling you guys, there's about, I think there's like about, I want to say there's somewhere between 10 and 15 poems that I've written over the years that are untitled. And whenever I write a new one that I don't have a title for, it just becomes untitled number whatever. And I've just decided that if that's what the title is, that's what the title is. I'm not changing the title. It's just going to be untitled number whatever. There's an untitled number 1 in there somewhere too. But I will see you guys next week on here. I will be uploading Solo Tu over the weekend. So you guys will have some more spoken word from me this weekend. And I've got another spoken word that I will be working on as soon as that one is uploaded. So I will see you guys next Friday for another Getting Verbal in the Den. And to all the mothers out there, happy Mother's Day weekend. That reminds me, I may actually drop a poem on Sunday that I wrote to my own mother. It's called Mama. And I might put that one out on Sunday. Yeah. Because I miss my mama. So anyway, all of you guys who are mothers, happy Mother's Day to you guys. And if your mom is still here, hug your mom this weekend. And I will see you guys in these YouTube streets. Be safe. And I'll see you guys next week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on the Not So Random Chat. And I'll see you guys next Friday here for Getting Verbal in the Den. I'm out, guys. Peace.